Decastro's Twitter/X dreams come crashing down. New followers on Twitter/X fell to 16 on Sunday. Will he admit defeat? Really? Audit them, and the tribe condense auditing to a series of flowcharts and diagrams. No more drama, just procedure. Are you willing to pay $24.99 a month for their teachings? Delete Law's Jose Chili Decastro accepts the challenge of juggernaut Jared Reed. Possible fight in Pennsylvania? What the what? Plus, Long Island audit guilty in Schenectady, New York case. Is it a loss if he made 12 times the fine in cash from the GoFundMe? All this and more on this edition of Auditing Insanity. Good evening, and welcome to another jam-packed edition of the Auditing Insanity Newscast. I'm Johnny Jones, and this is a combined newscast for Monday, November 11th and Tuesday, November 12th, 2024. We have a lot to get to tonight as we're figuring out formats, but more importantly, we'll be offline for parts of the next few days as we're reformatting our main system due to a blown drive from last week. I know, excuses. Blah, blah, blah. We're doing things while things are fairly quiet in the auditing world, so hopefully we won't miss anything as we get back into the swing of things. With that, we'll ask you to focus on
Delete Law's Twitter dreams come to savage end. Delete Law's Jose Chili Decastro's Sunday night livestream confirmed one crushing thing to the former top dog of the First Amendment auditing world: if he builds it, they won't come. With a reported live 109 viewers on YouTube and less than 60 on Twitter/X, his latest attempt to move away from his Delete Law's channel on YouTube can be deemed a complete and miserable failure. Over 2 days of his planned change of scenery from YouTube to Twitter/X, he's gained a grand total of 68 followers for the weekend. 52 for his stunt on Saturday and 16 for the aftermath on Sunday. His latest tweet, as of press time, approximately 2:27 a.m. Eastern Time, has had 255 views, 4 comments, 12 retweets and 21 likes on the Twitter/X platform in the 6 hours it's been live. If he were monetized on the service, it'd take roughly another 1,000 to 10,000 posts like this, with impressions from viewers with paid Twitter subscriptions, to earn close to a penny for his efforts. Obviously, the Twitter/X move has failed. Much like the move to his First Amendment Auditor channel, 409 total subscribers in 3 weeks, Patreon, 53 members, 4 paid members in a month, and TeamDLZ.com undetermined but bad enough that he's posting the content everywhere else. His 623,000 subscribers from his main channel aren't moving with him to his new home. We'll grant him the fact that his Sunday night stream was hampered by the fact that his fans couldn't find his stream on Twitter/X, with numerous complaints that he didn't set up a post on Twitter/X with the stream in it for his fans to find it to use the live chat. Even Decastro was confused by his viewership on Twitter/X, as his following growing exponentially was essentially just his YouTube subscribers watching on both platforms at once. It wasn't drawing new paid viewers to the point where it would be feasible to monetize on Twitter/X. Decastro was much less amplified on Sunday's livestream and ended Saturday night's practice of pushing the envelope on YouTube as he did not show videos featuring killings or violent assaults by police like he did the night before. The YouTuber apologized to his fans who are using his paid TeamDLZ.com site as he said he hasn't released exclusive content in several days. Instead, he has been lying on the floor with his dog Charlie, who despite having a good Saturday, was again deathly ill and had to be forced to eat on Sunday. YouTuber Craig Hendry was briefly mentioned by Decastro. Hendry is set to go to trial on felony harassment charges in Indiana next week. Decastro had previously said that there was a possibility that he'd make an appearance at the trial but could not commit fully for financial reasons. The Sunday night stream has 358 views on Twitter/X compared to 2,228 views on his main YouTube channel. Decastro's planned GoFundMe for the $10,000 he said he needed immediately or Charlie's care still has not materialized. The market itself was flat for Sunday, with no new donations to the campaigns we follow. We still need your help. Despite the GoFundMe market being dead, this publication is funded by your donations along with what little we make from our YouTube channel per month. While we did achieve full monetization on YouTube, we still need help to get through monthly expenses and keeping the lights on to bring you the paper and the newscast each day. If you can afford it, please consider donating to the GoFundMe run by this very channel. All donations literally go to keeping the lights on, eating, and writing new stories to feature here and on ReallyCoolSite.org. If you can't afford to contribute, please watch the advertisements on our videos, like, share, subscribe and comment. You can help by doing next to nothing, and we thank you in advance for pitching in.
Audit Them and the Tribe reveal Auditor Shield. YouTubers Audit Them and the Tribe revealed their long-hyped auditing program on Saturday with a live stream devoted to their new Auditor Shield auditing program. While First Amendment auditors have a long history of dramatic videos featuring citizen journalists confronting authority figures with accusations of misdeeds and wrongdoing in poorly shot YouTube videos, the Auditor Shield product is intended to bring some structure and organization to the once chaotic practice of First Amendment audits. Creator The Tribe explained during the live stream that it was up to citizens to hold their governments in check. While anyone can audit a post office for clicks and views, for example, without a goal and without key points to look for in the actual audit, there's no purpose to the audit. The Tribe's product is intended to provide auditors with a process to define the nature of the audit, the criteria a subject is being judged on, and specifics to look for in order to hold the subject accountable for their own rules and procedures. More importantly, with a set goal in place for the audit, the auditor can help the subject of the audit improve their compliance with their own rules and guidelines, and can be audited multiple times to ensure things are running smoothly. Auditor Shield, in essence, is a series of flow charts, specialized forms and procedures for auditors to use for both setting up their auditing organization and to perform the auditing process itself. The product puts the focus back on the actual process of auditing and removes the dramatic encounters that make for good YouTube fodder, but otherwise do not help with improvements that organizations need to make to comply with their own rules, regulations, and procedures. Audit Them was chosen by the Tribe out of all the active First Amendment auditors in the world, as he represented a controlled, non-controversial figure who has a single-minded focus on the audit, and not the drama typically involved in auditing. The laid-back yet serious approach to redressing one's government is an important concept with the product. The Tribe stressed that an audit is about collecting data and making recommendations based on that data. He encourages further auditing of the data until a group conclusion is reached and recommendations can be implemented. Custom packages are available for each person who takes part in the program, which includes specific forms and procedures based on individual state law. While using the platform, the Tribe says that auditors have a 0% chance of being arrested while conducting an audit. Auditor Shield is now available as a $24.99 a month membership level on Audit Them's YouTube channel. Long Island Audit guilty of trespassing. Sean Paul, Long Island Audit Reyes, was found guilty of trespassing in the Schenectady, New York, City Hall last Thursday based on his actions in the City Hall on April 1, 2024. On that day, Reyes bypassed security and entered the building, making his way to Schenectady Mayor Gary McCarthy's office. He was told that the mayor was unavailable and was invited to make an appointment to meet with the mayor at a later time. Reyes left the office and wandered around the building until he passed a security guard, who questioned him as to why he was filming. The YouTuber escalated the encounter, refusing to stop recording while following the guard back to his security station. Eventually, Reyes was given the option to stop recording or else he would be trespassed from the building. Reyes again stated that it was his constitutional right to record and that he could not be arrested for recording the police. He was then arrested for trespassing. Recording has been prohibited within the Schenectady City Hall for years due to an executive order from Schenectady Mayor Gary McCarthy. The City Hall has a reputation for prosecuting other First Amendment auditors who attempted to record in the building. Reyes' feigned surprise at his arrest for filming in the building is countered by his own actions. He had announced his arrest in both the title and description of his April 1st livestream, and had set up a GoFundMe to fund his legal defense before entering the Schenectady City Hall and being arrested. Upon release later the same day, Reyes indicated that he was now suing the state of New York over the arrest and would be seeking a large settlement. If this was meant to dissuade prosecution, it failed as New York State carried through with its prosecution of Reyes. Prior to the trial, Reyes made a case in his YouTube streams and videos that he couldn't be trespassed from the building as he had been exercising his right to film police in their course of their daily activities, which is legal under New York State's so-called right to record law. He also claimed that City Court Judge Tenica Frost could not fairly judge the case as she was appointed to her position by Mayor McCarthy. He urged her to recuse herself when she refused to strike down McCarthy's executive order based on motions he filed before his trial. In her ruling, Judge Frost relied on a previous New York Supreme Court case, which had been ruled on in August, that found McCarthy's executive order was valid and constitutional. That case had been brought by Daniel, auditing Erie County Wormis, who challenged the executive order after his own arrest in the building. The GoFundMe for the arrest has brought in $2,433 out of a $10,000 goal since its April launch. Reyes was fined $370 for the trespassing charges. He has vowed to appeal. I'm Johnny Jones, and this is the GoFundMe report for November 12, 2024. The market was flat for Monday other than a $70 donation to our own ongoing expenses campaign. Otherwise, new videos by Denver Metro Audits and Long Island Audits were not enough to spur the market with new donations. We'll continue to track the market and have a new report tomorrow. We need your help. This newscast is funded by your donations along with what we make from our YouTube channel per month. While we did achieve full monetization on YouTube, we still need help to get through monthly expenses and keeping the lights on to bring you the paper and the newscast each day. If you can afford it, please consider donating to the GoFundMe run by this very channel. All donations literally go to keeping the lights on, eating, and writing news stories to feature here and on ReallyCoolSite.org. If you can't afford to contribute, please watch the advertisements on our videos and like, share, subscribe, and comment. You can help by doing next to nothing, and we thank you in advance for pitching in.
Decastro accepts challenge from Reed. YouTuber Delete Law's Jose Chili Decastro accepted the challenge of fellow YouTuber juggernaut Jared Reed for a 10-minute submission-only wrestling event. Reed, who is based in Pennsylvania, originally challenged Decastro to 10 minutes in a wrestling ring and guaranteed that Decastro wouldn't make it out in one piece in a YouTube video 2 weeks ago. When Decastro did not respond to his original challenge by covering it on his YouTube channel as instructed, Reed issued another challenge over the weekend. This time challenging Decastro to a submissions match where the person with the most submissions in the 10 minutes would be declared the winner of the match. It was in the comments field of the second video where Decastro replied on Sunday, "Challenge accepted. When are we fighting? I'll do anything for you to stop doing this." Decastro claims to have trained with UFC legend Ken Shamrock, who has denied any knowledge of Decastro in the past. Despite Decastro's previous claims, which he has since backed off on, Decastro was never part of Shamrock's Lion's Den organization. He may have had a small part in a promotional video for the organization, but this has yet to be confirmed with actual footage of Decastro facing Shamrock. Decastro also claims 30 or 40 years of wrestling training, that he sparred with top stars in both the wrestling and jiu-jitsu fighting styles, and has shared his multiple fantasies of killing someone using wrestling maneuvers. Going so far as to state that he would use pro wrestling moves, which are choreographed, to make an opponent's brains explode. Reed's training is unclear. Other than he has some connections to the pro wrestling circuit in Pennsylvania. While not a dominating physical fighter, Reed warns not to underestimate his desire to stop Decastro's constant threats towards others and claims to be a one-man wrecking crew. Longtime followers of Decastro will remember that he previously had agreed to fight Ironton, Ohio, police officer Chad Gu in a UFC-style cage match in 2022. After signing a contract and agreeing to have the fight aired on pay-per-view, Decastro backed out of the fight at the last minute, claiming he had a knee injury and high blood pressure. The event was held without Decastro, with Gu symbolically accepting a First Amendment-based title belt that eventually was awarded to Kate Peter of the Masshole Troll Mafia. Reed is said to be setting up the fight between the two men, with one possible setting being the Sanctuary in Hazleton, Pennsylvania. It is unclear if Reed will be covering the cost of Decastro's transportation to the event. Decastro's response to Reed has been one of his rare appearances on social media in the last few days, as he's been focused on his dog Charlie, who he's claimed is sick with pancreatitis. The YouTuber's most recent YouTube community posts have featured the news that Charlie was able to eat some food yesterday, after 6 days of not eating. Decastro, who has received criticism for using his dog's apparent illness to help bring attention to his various launches, First Amendment Auditor YouTube channel, Patreon page, TeamDLZ.com, had been otherwise radio silent on Monday. We'll continue to monitor the status of the fight between Decastro and Reed along with updates to Charlie's condition as news breaks.
And we're back. Again, our online time may be limited over the next couple of days, as we're about to do a complete system reformat. We're still planning to do a newscast and our lives for Wednesday. From there, we'll do it by a day-to-day basis until everything is back up and running. Thank you to everyone who has pitched in for our cat food drive. We're getting close to our goal for the first half of the winter of 2024 to 2025, and we couldn't do it without your help. So thank you from all of us, including the insane cats. With that, we're out of here tonight. Take care, all.